Warning. The following podcast contains explicit language and suggestive themes that may not be suitable for a younger audience. Listener discretion is advised.
Here's Lampard. Comes out to Essien. Pass, it goes left to the left foot of Bampati. That is a magnificent hat-trick.
Here's Drogba. Goalkeeper hesitating again. Didier Drogba! Thierry Henry. Wonderful goal! It's the finish of a true master.
It's a big moment here for Arsenal.
And Chelsea are right back in the race.
He's an Arsenal fan. I'm a Chelsea fan. This is the LA Londoners podcast, the podcast where our opinions don't matter, but we're going to share them anyway. Broadcasting you once again from Los Angeles. We're back on that new shit. Episode 2. What's going on, Garrett?
Not much. Just having a busy week, back in school, working, so...
We are recording this on a Thursday night. Unfortunately, the Thursday night after Garrett's Chicago Bears took a shit all over the pitch, did their best Gary Lineker impression.
Yeah, it was pretty... It looked like Arsenal against Manchester United when they lost 8-2. It was pretty bad.
Your fond memories. Well, my name is Bryon James. Thanks so much for tuning in. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcasts. You can find us on Twitter at LA Londoners Pod. Please don't forget to find us. Like, rate, subscribe, wherever you get your podcasts. And do us a favor. Head over to Apple Podcasts. If you like what you're listening to, please go ahead and give us a 5-star review. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. And at the bottom, go ahead and leave your Twitter handle, and we'll go ahead and follow you over on our LA Londoners Pod official Twitter page. But we got a lot to get into today. We're going to talk about, now, even though it's the international break, we want to go back and kind of get into how our clubs did over the weekend, how we feel they've done so far this season. We want to get into what we're looking forward to in the international break as unfortunate fans of the national team, and we're going to get into what we expect the rest of the season to look like. So why don't we go ahead and get into it? Let's go ahead and start with how we feel we're performing this season. I'm going to go ahead and start and ask you, Garrett, 4 games into the season, 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. How are you feeling about the season so far?
Optimistic still.
Optimistic.
Yeah, even though I feel like we dropped points against Tottenham over the weekend. I still think there's a lot of optimism there. Defense is always going to be shaky throughout the whole season. But in the last podcast, I forgot to mention Rob Holding. So my ideal defense would be Rob Holding, David Luiz, Tierney, and Bellerin once they're all healthy. So Rob Holding when he comes back, which I got alert today that he should be back by the international break after. So it's going to solidify the defense a little bit more. So I'm very optimistic as long as Emery can make the right decisions before every game.
So you mentioned Rob Holding and his center back partner, still David Luiz. You still think David Luiz is his best partner at this point?
I'm going to say yeah.
Even though, let's be honest, he kind of whiffed it against Liverpool. He basically spread his legs open and let Mohamed Salah walk right through like a revolving door. And then if you take Eriksen's goal against Tottenham, he really did overstep his boundary.
I still think he at this level though, because he's been in the Premier League for a long time and in Europe for a long time for that matter. He should know by now. When he came to the side, you knew what you were getting.
Yeah, but I mean that's a problem. He should know better, but he doesn't at this point.
But at this point, that is one of our best defenders. That tells you something.
You knew what you were signing up for.
Oh, yeah, of course. I knew I was getting a half clown, half a good defender. Most of the time clown, most of the time Sideshow Bob. But at the same time, he's an experienced defender, and I would rather... He is rash, but he is not as rash as I feel Socrates is. So I would rather have him. And plus, he's better with the ball at his feet, and he could take risk, sometimes unnecessary risk, but at the same time, he's more of a leader, I think, than Socrates.
I don't think he's as rash as people make him out to be.
No, he's not.
But I do think, I think like all defenders, he is capable of a mistake.
Multiple.
But to me, it does sound like, I've watched him for so many years. He's capable of a brilliant performance when he puts his head down, when he's a little more calm.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get him in that place. There's times where he he has this instinct to run to the ball. He has this instinct to, it's sort of like a little bumblebee on the playground. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there's the ball, I gotta kick it. Kick it. And I think that's why the best season I've seen Luiz perform was under Conte
You guys won, yeah.
When he played in the middle of the back three. And that was because he didn't have to focus on the runners off the ball, the strikers, the wingers.
He's
the
more of the ball
forwards.
playing center back.
Not only that, but he was a true sweeper where all he had to do was keep his position in the middle, watch the ball, collect it, intercept any crosses into the center, and then redistribute. And I think you can't do that in a back four.
No, but I've seen him do it in the game so far a couple times, sending long balls out to the strikers and the midfielders.
Long balls, sure, but defensively.
Defensively, no, but he's still the only thing I don't like is when they play out of the back, that new rule where you can pass inside the box. I absolutely hate when we do that because we think that we're under Pep Guardiola playing out of the back like Man City and Barcelona. We can't do that. We're not capable of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should just do the usual. Just if there's no one around, go ahead and spread the ball out wide. And then let
I mean, look, if you're gonna let Leno take a goal kick for distance, who's gonna win that aerial duel?
It's kind of tough. Aubameyang's not
the praying mantis. Aubameyang.
I mean, you would have to have Lacazette hold it up, but he's only 5'9", so that doesn't really help much either. So if we play it out of the back, you got to be quick with it. You can't wait for the defense to set up and then go ahead and press us because like against Liverpool, we did that. That did not work at all. We were constantly under pressure. So we need to figure out how to play out the back properly before anything.
The reason I bring up David Luiz is because current Arsenal player, current Chelsea trader, David Luiz, so far we've seen him 2 big games.
2 big mistakes.
2 big gaffes, which is why we're proud to present the theme for Agent David Luiz.
Agent, your mission is to fuck Arsenal out of all 3 points.
Clean sheets beware. The name's Louise. David Luiz.
You're a big, fat, curly-headed fuck. That's exactly what I said after the Liverpool game.
Agent David Luiz. He's undercover.
I swear to God, I don't want him to be an agent. We already had an agent, an airbag head fucking agent, and
yeah,
it's a good theme song. I like it though.
Agent check.
When we play Chelsea and he fucks us over, you go ahead and play that song because if he does, you know what button to hit.
Oh, let's be fair to Czech. He was your best performer in the Europa League final.
He couldn't save a penalty if a fucking 2-year-old took it.
I mean, look.
No, I could have stepped up a blindfold and hit it.
Your defense is not great, and okay. Now go ahead.
No, we should have started. I don't want to talk about the Europa League final because it's over with. But I think we should have just went with Leno. You knew it wasn't right, especially 4 or 5 days before the fucking game.
It was the last game of his career.
I don't care. And guess where he went? 2 days later, he's on Chelsea's Twitter and Instagram saying, "Hi, everybody."
Coming home.
Yeah,
He's
the theme song.
Coming home.
Yeah.
He's coming.
Hi,
Petter's coming home.
I'm the sporting director now. I don't know what the fuck he does for you guys, but we knew he had a big Chelsea tattoo on his ass probably, and that's why it's always kind of risky signing players from other clubs, aka Manchester United, aka Alexis Sanchez, aka Dog Shagger, but
Mkhitaryan, David Luiz,
Ciao Mkhitaryan, you piece of shit.
It seems like all the clubs that sign players from Arsenal get the better deal.
Well, not Manchester United though for Alexis Sanchez, but that's one exception.
That's true.
But Robin van Persie, yes.
Giroud, indirectly Fabregas.
Yeah.
Sanya, Nasri.
Oh, they all won titles.
Ashley Cole, of course.
Won multiple stuff.
Multiple titles.
Actually, Fabregas when he went to Barcelona won Champions League and the.
He never won the Champions League, but he did win.
Wait, are you sure?
Yeah. I swear.
Not with Barcelona.
They won the season after. He left.
I swear Fabregas won a Champions League. I'll look that up. I'll look that up real quick.
Okay.
That's going to bother me now.
And if you're wrong?
If I'm wrong, he's still an ass. Actually, you know what? He threw a pizza at Sir Alex Ferguson, so I'll keep that.
I'm telling you, he didn't win one.
Oh, man, maybe he didn't. Europa League. Yeah, he won it with you.
He played in the 2006 Champions League final and lost to, ironically, Barcelona.
Yeah.
But he never won one. And thereby, I say... Suck it.
Oh, I like that noise too. That's a good button to have.
Oh man, we got some good ones we're gonna play. But kind of getting back to your season, you still feel optimistic.
Oh, of course.
Who's your next match?
That would be against. Give me 1 second there. I feel like it was not a very good team. I thought it was Burnley or something.
You guys
like
are
that.
playing away to
Watford. You know what?
And Watford is still winless in this season.
And I swear we better not give them the first win. That's usually how it goes, though.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Mister, we don't have cojones. Troy Deeney has a knee injury right now. So
all right. Still winless. They've not had a good start to the season.
No, they've lost against Brighton, Everton, West Ham, and they tied Newcastle.
Yeah, so a very slow start for them.
Oh boy, I hate that.
In terms of what you still expect for this season, seeing the results you've gotten, this season so far, you've kept 1 clean sheet. You've played 2 of the rest of the top 6, and have come away with 1 point. Although one of them are the champions of Europe affair. Do you feel as though with your squad, are you guys going to be able to continue to challenge for top 4?
Yes.
Explain.
Well, the attacking options are there. They're very strong up top. Pepe, Aubameyang, Lacazette.
How do you feel Pepe's done so far? 4 weeks in.
He's still learning.
They're
learning the league. He's like every other player that comes in here, still learning the league. He's going to adapt quickly, though. I think the international break came at a good time. He can reflect on how he's played. I think he got called up to Ivory Coast. I kind of hope he doesn't really play, to be honest.
He probably will.
I hate when our players play sometimes because they get injuries and it ruins everything. But I think going back, we have the attacking options. The midfield's still a concern, kind of, because Emery doesn't know who his best midfield is, but by now he should know. He had a whole summer to figure it out.
Yeah, we did kind of get into that on episode 1. If you haven't heard that, please go ahead and go back and listen to the entirety of episode 1. We do kind of get into detail how we still feel that Arsenal doesn't have their full identity yet.
Mm-mm.
I think you guys still need to get Ceballos a little more integrated, and you'll start to see a little more.
He played a filthy pass today. Great for Spain.
Against, was it Armenia?
Armenia or Romania, one of the 2 teams. It doesn't matter. They suck. But it was a great pass. So I just want him to start every game. He needs to start every game.
Mm-hmm.
Guendouzi needs to start every single game.
And who's your third midfielder? Is that like Ozil in the 10, or is that Torreira?
It's Torreira.
Okay.
Yeah, Torreira, Guendouzi, and I switch it between Guendouzi, either one. Mateo. I'll just call Mateo, make it easier. Mateo and Ceballos.
Okay.
And actually, you know what? But it's hard because Joe Willock, man, he needs to be starting too. So it's hard. You have to interchange one of the 2. I don't want to see the fraud, number 34, the captain.
Captain Fantastic.
Captain shit. He is honestly awful. If I had a choice between to sell Mustafi or Xhaka in the January transfer window, I would choose Granit Xhaka.
Really?
That's how bad he is.
Well, okay.
Because Mustafi, he can just sit and rot.
Well, Mustafi's Juventus bound.
Oh, when you sent me that text, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god! Can you imagine Ronaldo's face seeing that clown walk into training?
Oh my god! Ronaldo would quit.
I think he would quit. He'd say, "See my ass right out," because he would not be there.
Sorry, we'd have to smoke an extra pack a day just to deal with Mustafi. That's for sure.
Yeah, maybe 3 packs a day. Well, maybe 4 packs a day if you saw Mustafi.
Can you imagine watching being the most promising center back in Europe in Mathis de Ligt,
and you look over to your left.
And okay, who am I playing next to? Got Mustafi.
he's a fucking clown. But the thing is, though, Emery doesn't choose him. But Emery continues to choose Xhaka as a captain and start every fucking game, which makes no sense whatsoever to me. I don't know if I'm convinced. I'm seriously convinced that Granit Xhaka has a phone full of nudes of Unai Emery, and he's gonna leak them if he doesn't start the next game. I'm telling you right now, that's the only reason he's starting. He has nudes on his phone.
I think you'll be stuck with Xhaka for a little bit longer.
Oh no, honestly, all the stuff I've seen on Twitter, the timeline.
It seems like most of your fans have kind of had enough of him.
Even the guys who loved him, they are saying, you know what? Even a certain Mr. DT, who is always up his ass, even said he's a brain dead idiot. I don't agree with anything Mr. DT says sometimes, but I never liked Xhaka.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't like him anymore. So a lot of fans are starting to realize he's a problem.
Well, once we get into
I have the stats for last game too.
Yeah, once we get into your match versus Tottenham, we'll kind of get into your best, and it already sounds like we know who your worst performer is.
And the stats lie, just so everybody knows.
I mean, no, that's never a good preface. So, are these results a fair reflection of your season so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I expect to get our ass whooped by Liverpool. And we actually held our own for a while, but then the capitulation almost happened. I thought for sure when I was watching that game, after the second goal, I was like, okay, it's going to be 6-1.
You guys were were
it
under
looked
pressure
like,
for a long time.
But it looked like it was going to be one of those games that was going to open up and we're going to get shredded again. But we came out there 3-1.
I think that scoreline flattered you.
I'll take that. It should have been 5 or 6.
Yeah,
we actually should have had 2. We should have had 2 or 3.
Pepe had a couple one-on-ones, didn't he?
Yeah, we should have had 2 or 3,
Yeah.
but we didn't. But, I mean, then again, we play the champions of Europe at their place. It's always tough going over there, so.
But I think, like, with you guys, what kind of made me a little weary for you was the fact that you guys persisted in this game plan of trying to play out of the back, which...
I told you it's never going to work.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about it last episode.
It's like an under 10 team playing against a grown men team out of the back. How do you expect that to happen?
It was very tough because only one of your players is confident on the ball, and Luis. You don't have,
and he gives me a heart attack every time.
Yeah, really. And you don't have necessarily like wide players who are dropping deep in order to collect the ball. So your middle third was just completely open. Your fullbacks would get the ball; they'd have no one to play to. And when
we don't have the best of fullbacks either.
When you've got players like Mane and Salah running at you, trying to pressure, just, little Speedy Gonzalez is on each side, literally just like, like tackle. Okay, now we're back attacking.
That's why I don't understand. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it.
Yeah.
Play in the box, out of the back. Yeah, you can do it, but it doesn't mean you should do it.
Right. And I think that with you guys, with that sort of tactical approach, with that, I don't even want to say stubbornness from Emery, because I feel like he just kind of was like, we'll try and play out of the back.
Let me explain you.
Yeah.
Explain. You have to explain shit, buddy. It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
You can say it in Spanish, English, Chinese, whatever you want to say.
He didn't know what he
work.
wanted to do, and it just...
I think he's trying to go with every other... He's like, I see them do it. I see Man City do it. I see Liverpool do it. I'm going to try and do it.
Well, that's the trend right now.
But we got to...
But you need to have the personnel to be able to achieve that, and you guys just don't have
the personnel. The only one I could... I'm not even going to say anything can play at the back.
But I just don't know. You guys... I mean, we mentioned it already. Your strength lies in your front three, but the problem is you need to figure out a way to get the ball and build up to your front three, which right now you guys struggle to do. I think once you guys get your preferred fullbacks in Bellerin, and that's going to be a long time. And Tierney,
actually soon.
Really?
Soon. I keep seeing reports late October. It's crazy. If that's true, then I don't know.
That's still almost 2 months. Today's September 5th.
But if it's late October by then, I'll take that though. That's better than February.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially for Europa League run.
You have you got Thursday nights to play, bro.
Oh yeah. Thursday night football in the morning, Thursday night football at night. Yay.
But I think once you get more mobile fullbacks that can actually like cover ground, you'll start to see an improvement there. But until that point, you've got to figure out a way to. And I think that's what Luis will be good for. But you need Aubameyang, you need Pepe, you need. I don't know who are your other wingers. Is Maitland Niles a winger?
Well, technically, he's a center mid. He's a right back. He's a left back. He's a fucking goalie for all I know too. And he plays everything. It's actually Reece Nelson.
Reece Nelson. I'm sorry. That's what I'm thinking
Saka.
of. Yeah. Saka?
No, Saka. Number 77.
Okay.
Young kid. English. I don't know if you've seen him.
No.
Dude, he's good.
Really?
He's really good, but he's still young. But I think he's better than Mkhitaryan.
Anybody's better than Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, and then one thing I will say though, I think Aubameyang playing on the left wing.
You're not feeling it?
I'm not feeling it.
I
don't like it. Everyone says the front three, but in my head I'm like Aubameyang is not really a winger. So at some point something is. I just have it in my gut or my head that something's going to be said, something's going to be done. It's not going to work. Right now it works, but in the future I'm saying something's going to come up where it's not going to work anymore.
He does seem like he prefers to play in the center.
That's where he scores his goals.
Yeah, and but the problem is you have two very potent strikers.
You can't leave one of them out because they're going to
get frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
And they work pretty well together.
Yeah, they do.
And what are you going to do? Play a front two, and then where do you put Pepe?
The only thing I can think of is having a 4-4-2, but that's kind of iffy too, to be honest.
Okay, who do you play on the left?
You would have
Nelson?
That's what I'm saying. You have to sacrifice, I guess, a center mid, which won't make sense either, because then you lose.
You might have been able to if you kept Iwobi. It's not, from the reports I saw, you guys didn't even want to sell Iwobi.
But the money we got for him was
too hard
stupid
to turn
money.
down.
Yeah. When I saw that, I thought I was playing FIFA 20.
Yeah, I wish a certain club did that with a certain curly-headed, afro-wearing player. When a certain Spanish club in red and blue bid, like, reportedly $55 million for him. But, that's just me.
Wait, you're telling me that... Wait.
Supposedly, Barcelona came in for multiple bids for Willian.
Oh, for Willian? Okay. Well, that's dumb money. He's your new number 10, right? Who doesn't even start?
Look, let me say this. In terms of Willian's, I have a drop for this, that's why I'm laughing. In terms of Willian's performances for Chelsea, the last time I saw a good performance from Willian,
I've not seen my Willie in 2 years, which is long enough to declare legally dead.
it's been the last time I've been incredibly impressed with Willian.
Yeah, when was that?
Champions League against Barcelona at home.
Damn, you know what?
1-1.
I remember watching that game. I was at Chili's, I think. That's a long time ago.
You know what's?
Goddamn.
You know what though? Like, I don't know. We're completely off topic, but that's okay. Willian, for me, I feel bad for the guy because for the last 6, going on 7 years of his career, he's always been like the second. He's always like been the guy who was supposed to be the main man.
I always hated playing him,
but he was always shoehorned because he was always the second guy. When he came to Chelsea, he had Eden Hazard on the left, Willian's preferred position, so he got forced out to the right.
Right.
And he'd play the entire season with Chelsea, be like, oh, okay, I have a break from playing with Hazard. I can finally play on the left with Brazil.
And then Pulisic.
Oh, shit, no, Neymar's there now.
Oh,
for Brazil.
Oh, for
so
Brazil.
It's like he's always been like that.
He's never going to get playing time on that team.
Well, he's never gonna be the player. Like, he just was born at the wrong time. It's like he always has someone like above him.
Or he's just not good enough.
I mean,
you know what? He would excel in Italy.
Probably.
Yeah, he would do hell. I mean, you saw that tweet that Gervinho looks like Neymar in Italy.
You know what's funny? I've actually always thought that Willian would be good playing in the midfield on the left side of a midfield 3. Oh. And the reason the reason I say that is because if you think about it, like Willian's strengths are not his finishing, at least when he's playing on the right.
Yeah.
His strengths are not his finishing. They're not even necessarily like his crossing. What his strengths are dribbling at speed, his movement, his pace. He would blow by any sort of central midfielder that tries to come at him. Like, can you imagine him like...
He's killed us a couple of times.
Like, can you imagine like him in a sprinting race with Xhaka or Torreira?
Well, Xhaka would probably foul him and get a red card.
Yeah. So I mean, Willian's like strength is playing deeper, dribbling in space through the middle third, and I think that's why he performed so well against Barcelona, because Chelsea were pinned back so far. Willian was playing on the left. Hazard was playing the false 9 role in that game, and Willian would collect the ball and he would just start running at full speed, and these midfielders, Rakitic, Busquets, couldn't touch him because he was too fast.
Yeah.
And not only that, but if he's playing on the left, his preferred move is to cut in on the right and do that curler far post. He would get so much opportunity to do that from distance that he just doesn't get because he's shoehorned on the right side of the wing.
Yeah, he always showed so much promise, and then it just never...
It was...
kind of forgotten.
I think we should have cut ties, like, and respectfully. Like, look, I don't hate the guy. It's just he's not... He got 3 goals in the Premier League last season. 3.
Yeah, a guy of his caliber, or,
a guy that we're relying on, like in a team that doesn't score enough goals.
If he can't get into the starting lineup of this team right now, that you're rebuilding team, then there's no hope for him.
It does seem like Lampard's kind of not. From what I'm hearing, Willian's not very happy right now. Partly because Luis is gone. Luis was his best friend. They own a restaurant together.
Oh well. It's not like they're not in the same city still.
But it does sound like Lampard and Willian, like, I don't want to say they don't get along, but Lampard is not the guy who relies and rates Willian all that highly.
So you think he'll be gone in January, or he'll stay till next summer?
The rumor is that he might be going to Juventus.
Oh, that's
at the
that's
end of his
interesting.
contract. Another Juventus
are you kidding me?
transfer.
Oh my
snap-up.
God, dude! Are you? They're like the king of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're like the kings of just poaching on.
Although you better be careful because I mean, if you're one of those players, they already have way too many of those players, and Emre Can and Mandzukic are at the shit end of the stick regarding that front.
When I saw that Mandzukic was left out of the Champions League, I couldn't believe that.
It's crazy. It's actually pretty crazy how.
Who they can rely on? Higuain, and that's it, right?
Hey man, he scored that really good goal against Napoli.
That was a hell of a good goal.
Look, the Italian league is more his speed.
And I just want to bring up something about the Italian league real quick. It's just on Twitter, someone, I don't care who to say who it is because I don't remember the name, but someone said, "Leave Granit Xhaka alone. You pick on him too much. He makes the same mistakes as Koulibaly." I almost shit my pants because you're telling me Xhaka and Koulibaly are almost the same player. One's rated 100 million plus in the transfer market. One's rated -20.
Okay, between Koulibaly and Xhaka, who scored an own goal this weekend?
Koulibaly. And did you see the own goal? Did you see the own goal?
Yeah,
you see how much that guy cares? If that was Granit Xhaka, he would go for a cup of tea. He wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
And Koulibaly, I'm telling you, who wouldn't want him on your team? They were saying that he makes so many mistakes, here and there. I said, yeah, the difference is Koulibaly makes a mistake every 50 games. He'll make one mistake, like the own goal. Granit Xhaka makes a mistake every game.
Yeah, but if you're telling me that I can sign Koulibaly for 100 million,
yeah.
Do you know what my response is?
What's the response?
100 million. Oh, wait. I got a better idea. Instead of 100 million,
I know what's coming next.
how about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
Then you kill him. Do your thing. Skin the fucking bastard.
Go to town, man. Go to town. No. In the meantime, and as usual, go fuck yourself.
I am not paying 100 million for Kalidou Koulibaly.
You're not paying 100 million?
Hell no.
How much would you pay tops for him?
45.
45? This is an inflated transfer market.
44.
No. I don't care if he's 28 going on 29. You pay the money.
No.
Yes, you get 4 good years.
No.
Oh my God.
That's not the direction we're headed right now, bro.
Oh, for you.
For us.
For you. Yeah, for us.
Yeah, you like the aging players. You like the players that are about to get the senior discounts.
And well, Koulibaly is a hell of a center back, so I would take him, yes.
All right.
We need a leader. We have no leaders. We have no balls.
That's true.
We have a bunch of clowns.
Yeah, you really do. And you got the biggest clown of all in the back now.
Well, we got a couple. We got Sideshow Bob. We got Bozo. We got... Who else we got? Who else is a clown? We got Pennywise back there, too.
Got Tweedledee, Tweedledum.
Yeah, we got... yeah, we got Emery the Ringmaster. But no, Koulibaly, 100 million. You can bargain.
Do you trust Emery with Koulibaly?
I trust Koulibaly with Emery. How about that?
I don't think anybody can say it. I don't know.
If that was Allegri as my head coach instead, then hell yeah.
Okay. I mean that kind of
makes sense.
segues into. I mean, how do you feel right now that? What kind of job do you feel Emery's doing as Arsenal boss? He's
on a scale of 1 to 10?
A little over a year, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, so first year, let me use an analogy for you. You ready?
Okay. Let me sit back for this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So this is like giving an office worker the first year. We'll pretend it's Emery's first season. The first year, he's kind of just thrown in there to this office job. You gave him a notepad.
What kind of office is this?
It's just a regular office job. It's you have to crunch numbers and make PowerPoints and make a presentation at the end of the year.
Okay.
So you give them, the PowerPoint, a Microsoft PowerPoint or whatever it is. You give them a notepad, pens, pencils,
okay,
a calculator. You give them the data, the crunch.
Okay.
So the first year, at the end of the year, you expect the boss says, okay, what do you have for me? And then Unai Emery, the office worker, says, oh, here you go. And the PowerPoint's backwards, the slides don't open, and the data's wrong. And then he says, that's okay. You're still learning. We didn't give you the best data to work with. So year 2, which is now, the office worker seems more pumped up.
So you're saying you told him, here, make a PowerPoint, and he showed up with an Excel spreadsheet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and he couldn't open it.
Okay.
And it was the wrong computer. And he forgot his login. And then
We gave you a MacBook. How'd you show up with a Surface?
And the second season, he's back. He's still at the same job because he gave him another chance. Because technically his contract's for 2 years. So
okay.
And this time,
does he have an option for a third?
yes, if he does well. So I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So this time the boss like, okay, you know what? The first season we didn't give you that great of a computer. You know, we upgraded all your stuff. We gave you a new shiny computer, Pepe. We gave you some better pencils, better pens, a stronger notepad, and better data to work with.
I don't know. One of your pencils seems kind of dull.
One of the pencils has a bad eraser. Okay. So, and then he says the data this time is a lot better, and your other employees that are fighting for a spot are not as good as you. So you should be able to deliver. So if Unai Emery, the office worker, delivers a giant, masterful PowerPoint at the very end of the presentation in the year, that's what I expect.
So in this analogy, I followed you for a little while.
Okay.
With this analogy, your masterful PowerPoint is what is that? What does that look like?
That's a top 4 finish.
That's a top 4 finish.
But if he shows up and the data is all fucked up, and the data, instead of it being in English, it's in Chinese, and the pencil broke, the notepad's on
what
fire.
What if it's fluent Chinese though?
It doesn't matter. And if there's the computer shut down and he has a virus, he's gonna not have a fucking job.
Okay, so
he's out.
Let's say he finishes 5th.
You could take the computer and the PowerPoint. You're out of here.
But he wins the Europa League.
Oh God damn it! You know what? Thank you for your service. Thank you for getting us back. You can still go though. Appreciate it.
Interesting.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
You did your job, but it wasn't good enough.
Okay, and I mean
that's interesting because now I'm thinking about I feel bad, but at the same time this is cutthroat, baby. You gotta go.
This is you're trying to get back with the elite, and I mean right now I do think attacking wise this is gonna be your best chance for a long time.
Oh, God.
Because you guys paid a pretty penny for Aubameyang, and he's getting up there in age. I think you have to find someone who's going to use him to the best of his abilities while you still have him. Because let's be real. I mean, how long do you have left with him? A year? 2 years?
2 years until China comes in.
Yeah. I would say something like that as well.
Or he gets his dream move to Real Madrid for some reason, but that ain't gonna happen.
It's not too late now. No, they've got Benzema, they've got Jovic, they're fine.
Well, Benzema's another question, but
hey man, he's still holding it down.
Okay. That's another topic, another mess.
Yeah, I mean Real Madrid's just kind of they kind of are a banter club right now.
They are. Remember when they were good? 3 years in a row, Champions League.
Remember 2 months ago when everybody was afraid of Real Madrid again because of all the players they bought, and look where they are now.
I was hella hyped. I was like, "Wow, it's gonna be nice to watch them play again." And then Hazard gets hurt. All these players start getting hurt. No one wants to play. Zidane's not the coach we thought he was. It was actually Cristiano Ronaldo. So that's where it stands there for Real Madrid. And Gareth Bale, who knows? He probably wants to play golf. Does somebody become a golfer?
Yeah, he said he's not playing happy right now.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, he just seems like the way Zidane treated him. He bailed him out the other weekend. So I'm not totally surprised the way he was on the way of being out. And now all of a sudden he's kind of being forced to be the main man.
And as we move on from a bald head to fuck, let's go to a new coach, Frank Lampard. How do you think he's doing for Chelsea? Honest opinion, 1 to 10, 10 being outstanding, 1 being shit.
I've thought about this a lot. I'm gonna say 6.5.
That's
out
fair.
Of 10.
That's fair.
Look, let's be real.
Why 6.5?
Okay, let me tell you. 5 competitive matches.
Mm-hmm.
1 win.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere along the lines of 12 matches overall under Lampard, preseason and competitive now.
Yeah.
1 clean sheet.
So your defense is shit
1.
Too. Yeah.
Now, you cannot just take the bare numbers of that and automatically be furious. Because like we mentioned earlier in the first episode, it's going to take time.
Right.
And we need to understand that this is what we signed up for, and that we need the patience. We need the patience in order to let Lampard thrive.
Especially since it's a young team.
I think we, right now, are kind of in the same boat. Well, we were in the same boat as you were last year, in the sense that we gave Lampard, the office worker, the data, Although the data was for the completely wrong set of numbers we're asking him to look for. Instead of a computer, we gave him just a calculator.
I like this analogy stuff. It fits for everything, to be honest.
But I think what he's doing is he's finding a way to make
it work.
He's finding a way to make it work, and he's finding a way to find an avenue. It turns out this calculator is actually a really good calculator, but nobody else knew how to use it.
He hacked it.
Because now he's using the youth feature. Now he's using the loan feature. And I think that is what gives me a lot more hope than letting Sheffield come back to draw 2-2.
I couldn't believe that. When I saw the last goal, I was like, oh my God.
Losing 4-0 to United. Ironically, the best performance of the season so far has been against the best opponent, the champions of Europe.
Yeah, when I was watching that game, that was interesting because I was not expecting you guys to be in that game until,
And, we took the lead.
I thought you guys were going to win.
We should have had a 2-0 lead. Pulisic was barely offside.
Oh my God, that's another topic.
We'll get into Pulisic. We haven't talked about him, and I kind of am refraining from doing that on purpose, to be honest.
Well, how do you feel about your club signings this season? It's really only a couple since it's...
Chelsea, the only club to sign a player in the transfer ban.
In history. That was actually smart on your part.
With Kovacic, technically we signed him.
Because
he was on loan.
And you kind of knew what you were getting with that.
And Pulisic, who we signed in January, and I think they signed him knowing we were going to have this transfer ban.
Yeah.
If we're talking these two players, and we can, if we want to get a little deeper into it, we could talk about who we've brought in, Mount, Tammy, Tomori, Zuma.
To back it up to Pulisic, how much did he cost again? In pounds? 60 million?
57.
Is he worth 57 million pounds?
No, but what person is? Okay. What I'm saying is by
the end of the season, you hope he's worth 57 million.
I think that they're banking on the longevity of him.
Yeah,
you got to remember he's 20.
Young. Yeah, he's
20.
Still 20. Plus, he's American. You got to give him a discount.
I think we'd be lying if we didn't say that part of this was a commercial reason. But I think, from what I've heard is that they were looking at him as a young player before he even declared to be a United States player.
So yeah, if he was Croatian, I bet you more clubs would be after him.
Well, I think,
or if you decided to go with them,
I think now looking at him, if we rewinded to this point last season, he still has a ton of top flight experience at 19
for Dortmund. Yeah,
for Dortmund, Champions League experience.
Against Real Madrid, that one game, he was burning. I think it was Marcelo.
Look, I would welcome any player to perform like that at the Bernabeu when he played that game, not just a young winger. Yeah. We'd be talking about performances like that. If that was our clubs and our players,
oh yeah,
we would be completely happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that, if we're talking about Pulisic and his performance so far this season,
yeah,
for me it hasn't been enough.
Yeah,
he's very soft.
I'm gonna agree with that. That's with every Premier League player, though. I feel like they're soft when they first come in, and then give them a year, give them a season. But you would hope they change by year 2, by season 2. Because if you don't get it by then they're just not gonna cut out.
Well, you just need to give them time to grow, and I think that's
certain Germans the same way. I won't get into that though.
For me, it's just kind of. He still has a lot he needs to learn, and he still has. But the problem with him is that he's so scrawny. He's so tiny.
Well, let me ask you this: would you rather have had Christian Pulisic for 57 million or Irving Lozano?
Lozano.
Yeah.
Lozano's more of a finisher.
Yeah, he's.
And when we did sign Pulisic, I did say it's hard not to be excited, but I do wish we had more. We're looking for more of a finisher. Mm-hmm. And I think we will still look for that next summer.
Yeah, you're gonna do a whole overhaul, probably.
Madness,
yeah, I've heard that word too many times. God. Oh, he's gonna do a madness. He's gonna do a madness on deadline day. Oh, you signed Danny Welbeck. What a madness.
I think I'm just pulling up stats from Pulisic in the Premier League so far. 4 matches, 3 of them started. That's 276 minutes played. He's got 1 registered assist, although oddly enough,
I feel like he has 2 or 3.
He has 3 assists in 5 matches.
But they don't count, right?
One of them in the Super Cup for Giroud. Mm-hmm. One of them for Mount. And the third one, I guess they've registered it as an assist originally against Sheffield because he tipped the ball from the goalkeeper
Yeah.
and allowed Tammy to score. But I personally wouldn't consider that an assist. So let's say 2 and 5.
Okay.
4 key passes in 4 matches as a right winger, an attacking winger. That's not great.
No, it's not. So I think you just need to let him get more settled in, and then you'll see more attacking from him. Because you on the U.S. national team, he's always playing a different position too. He's either playing through the middle or he's playing on the left or the right. You don't know yet. But preferably for you guys, I think he'd be best on the wing, right?
I would like to see him on the left.
Left wing, cutting in with his right.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing with him is, though, like I was mentioning, he loses the ball a lot.
That's because he's, like you said, scrawny right now.
Yeah, 18 attempted dribbles and only 8 of them so far have been successful.
Well, I remember when he was. I'm not trying to make fun of him. I'm trying to make fun of him.
Go ahead.
When he got into his debut game against Manchester United, he got absolutely fucking bone crushed and a sandwich. And I said,
yeah,
welcome
but he
to
turned
the
Wan-Bissaka on that.
He turned
play, too.
Wan-Bissaka, but he got absolutely fucking crushed. And I was like, welcome to the Premier League, buddy, because he was like, oh my god,
I think.
I'm playing against men.
I mean, maybe I'm just jumping to conclusions and assumptions, but I do think that had an effect on him because he stopped doing that move. He stopped doing that turn.
Well, he's probably thinking, man, I'm not gonna get fucked up again if I do that. you know? But
he will still fight and attempt, but he's not the type of player who's going to turn like with his back to the defender and try and round him because he knows they're just going to try and
you can do that shit.
Basically push him, knock him.
You could do that shit against Honduras and
Break him,
El Salvador, but it ain't gonna work against the big boys.
No, the mighty Norwich fullbacks, the mighty Sheffield,
especially
center-backs.
against those scrappy teams like Burnley, you're gonna get knocked out. You're gonna
my God, Ashley Barnes is gonna rip you in half.
Guy's a dick.
I hate him.
I don't like that guy either. Well, let me ask you this: what would you change if you're in charge right now?
If I was in charge,
I know it's early, but what would you change?
Like you can't do anything about the injuries. So I mean, with that aside, I would not have benched Christensen against Sheffield.
I know that's one of your boys.
Well, I mean, I talked about he's one of my favorites, but I think and I don't think Zuma's performed as bad as people are saying.
Yeah, some of that's a little out of context.
But I would have done a couple things.
Oh.
I would have stuck with Christensen and Zuma until the international break.
Okay.
I know Sheffield was at home is a good match to give someone like Tomori, who, by the way, I'm not putting down Tomori. He absolutely played well.
Is he English too, right?
Yeah.
English, young, 22?
Yeah, I think he's 20.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely performed well. But the thing about defense is you have partners. It's all about a partnership. It's not about individual brilliance. You can and Tomori doesn't just need to be a partner with Zuma. He needs to be a partner with Azpilicueta. And especially that right side, that's our weakest point right now. If you looked at the heat map of Chelsea and Sheffield, Sheffield's busiest areas were both of their wings, just attacking our fullbacks. And I think when you disrupt that partnership, that familiarity, that's where you start to lose stability in a defense that already isn't stable. Chelsea have the second leakiest defense in the Premier League so far.
Who's number 1?
I think it's Norwich.
Oh, it's not us?
No, it's not, surprisingly.
We're top 5 at least, right?
It would not
Actually, don't even look it up. I don't want to know. But
Okay.
probably,
Fine.
they're probably in there.
Hey, tweet us if Arsenal's in the top 5. LA Londoners pod.
Yeah, please do. I want to know.
I would have changed that. I would not. Like I said, he doesn't have a whole lot of option, but I would have found a way to not include Ross Barkley.
Yeah.
In this midfield, to me, he has not performed at all to warrant continue being in the starting lineup.
Do you think he's only starting because he's English?
No, I think that he's starting because Mount can play on the wing, and Lampard doesn't want to go with the diamond midfield.
Oh, okay. I just thought because maybe Frankie's favoriting English players, but I don't.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's.
You think it will ever come to that? You think it'll ever come to that?
No.
No,
I don't think so. I think he will go with the younger, hungrier players, which right now
Mason Mount.
Right now, coincidence, but I don't think correlation is
Oh,
causation.
no, I wasn't trying to. Sorry.
But I think I would have preferred to see like Mason Mount in that attacking midfield position.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have the wingers to play, then don't try to continue to force a 4-3-3.
Right.
I would prefer, and his 4-3-3 is interesting because it turns into when we're pressing, like he's really into pressing in the opponent's defensive third, our attacking third.
Yeah.
Usually that number 10 role, or wherever the ball is, that number 8, because it's a midfield 3, they press basically as a second striker. It now becomes a 4-2-4. And they try to win the ball so high up in the midfield. I would have preferred when we have 3 strikers right now, if we're low on wingers, and let's be honest, Pulisic is tired. Willian's still got a hamstring. Pedro's out.
Even if William was healthy, would you even be starting him?
Maybe. If I play him on the left.
Oh, yeah, because you said you wanted him to cut in on the right,
Just for now. And I would have just gone in with it and see what goes on. And I think that would have allowed us to have a player sit a little bit deeper because you still have that midfield cover.
Okay.
And you have 2 strikers coming in on the ball. And he's already asking his fullbacks to go up and down anyway. Azpilicueta's putting in cross after cross after cross after cross, and same with Emerson. I don't think that would impact much of the game.
Who's your ideal right back replacement for Azpilicueta?
Reece James.
Reece James. Okay, so no transfer market, even if you had to dip in it?
I would like to give Reece James a chance before. And I don't even know, who I would want anyway.
Kimmich?
No.
Nah, he would never leave.
No.
He's kind of overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's just because you have an agenda against all things Bayern.
Bayern and Barca.
Apparently.
Yeah, hey, I'm sticking by what I said. Sticking by what I said. That's a different topic for another day, but I'm sticking by what I said.
Okay.
Listen to the first pod if you don't know what I said.
All right. Let's get into a little bit of... because we haven't really talked about a whole lot of specifics in terms of the North London Derby.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically enough, episode 2 of the pod, we're talking about 2 separate 2-2 draws.
Yeah, I know. How ironic.
It takes 2 to tango, bro. That's the title of
Plenty,
this episode, by the way.
Oh, well,
I thought of it myself.
Plenty of tangoing on the fucking defense. Takes 2 to fuck it up.
And the 2 are Xhaka and David Luiz.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Look,
stuck together like glue.
Hey, you guys performed well in the second half. That's
we
all
should
I
have.
watched.
We should have fucking won 4-2.
Yeah.
We should have won 4-2 or 4-3 if they even got one more. We should have won 4-2. Like our captain said in an interview that we missed a lot of chances and we didn't score. Well, guess what, buddy? You fucked it up and you gave him a PK and you lost the ball so many times. I got the stats right here for everybody that loves stats. Here, let me read it for you. Hold on.
And this is Xhaka stats.
Granit Xhaka. Player fact. This is from the Foot Mob app. If you have it, it's a really good app, but I don't agree with all the stats. Player fact. Granit Xhaka completed the most passes in the match, 60. Well, let's see. If you watch the game, 90% of those passes were from me to where Bryan's sitting, and he's literally 10 feet away from me. Not even. So anyone could pass a fucking ball 5 feet. He played 90 minutes. He had 60 accurate passes. Like I said, it's from me to Bryan, 5 feet. Total shots, 1. I don't care about that. I was off target. 69 passes. Nice. Pass success of 86%. He had the highest pass succession rate on the pitch. Like I said, 5-foot passes. Anyone could do a 5-foot pass. 11 long balls. Congratulations. 3 key passes in the whole game to the other team, probably. 82 touches. And then let's compare the player of that game that I thought for Arsenal played their socks off and it was the best player of the game, Guendouzi. The stats aren't as good as Xhaka, but like I said, stats don't matter. And when you watch world football, I'm telling you right now, it doesn't fucking matter. You can have a shit game and you're going to be the best player. So Guendouzi had 48 accurate passes, hit 82 pass succession rate, 7 long balls, 4 accurate long balls, and 1 key pass. So Granit Xhaka had more key passes than Guendouzi. Does that tell the whole story? Absolutely not. Guendouzi was by far the way better player and our best player on the pitch, and the worst performer was Granit Xhaka.
Interesting. Do you think... I'm just going to put this out there, and unfortunately I didn't watch the entirety of the match, and I definitely haven't watched the entirety of your season.
Yeah.
But do you feel you're being a little harsh on Xhaka?
No.
Why?
Bryan, it dates back to last season and the season before.
Okay, but it's a new year. It's a new beginning.
Yeah, I know it's new beginnings, but that's like those people that make New Year's resolutions. I'm going to go to the gym every day, and by the second week, they've just fucking stopped going, and he started eating bags of Cheetos and chips. That's what he's doing. I'm going to be a better player. I'm going to be a better captain. No, he's going to be an asshole. And give away penalties, silly fouls, free kicks outside the box.
Look, and the reason I ask this is because FootMob, this app that, you introduced me to and that you like, you gave him a 7.3 rating.
I don't understand that one.
That's better than Winks and Sissoko. for Tottenham.
Winks sucked that game. I don't care what anybody says. He was terrible. So I will agree with that. Sissoko can't dribble a ball.
Again, I'm an outsider here, so I just want to.
Well, you have the ratings right there on your computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, what Jaka was a 7 point what?
7.3 as
Okay.
opposed to your best player, who's Guendouzi, 7.8.
Yeah. So who else was Jaka rated higher than on our squad?
On your squad, pretty much the entirety of your defense.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Was he higher rated than any of the strikers?
No.
Was he higher rated than Torreira?
No.
rest my-
Torreira has a 7.6
I rest my
and
case.
Guendouzi has a 7.8.
Rest my case.
All right.
Even with the foot mop stats, I don't agree with. It even says that he's shittier than the rest of the outfield squad.
Okay. I mean,
I'm sorry, but he needs to go.
he needs to go. So with Xhaka, what you're saying is
But it's time to go. It's time to go.
it's time to go, Xhaka.
It's time to fucking go. It's like spoiled milk. It's time to fucking go. I'm done. I can't do it anymore with him. He makes the same mistakes. I don't care if he has a nice hair. I don't care if he tries to be the all epiphany of being a captain and always putting his muscles out and everything. He fucking sucks. Go to Italy. Go to
They would
Germany.
like him in Italy.
Yeah, he would be so good in Italy. Go there. Go pretend that you're really good. You could ping a ball like 50 yards. They're all gonna applaud you and sing it. That's amore. But it's that's a shitty in England. Okay, not cutting it. All right, enough about that, Clown. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Well, Arsenal Tottenham, just to kind of round up
Okay,
on
yeah.
your match, 55% possession in favor of Arsenal,
Second half.
26 shots to 13
Way
in
to hell
favor of
of a lot.
Arsenal.
Yeah, mhm.
380 passes as opposed to 309. 84 pass succession as opposed to 80.
Mhm.
8 shots on target, 10 off. Tottenham had 9 shots on target with 3 off. You guys did perform well, and I think that's indicative of your guys's look, I think I've tweeted this once before. Is you're the type of club that will either show up in a big match and
Or lose 5-1.
or lose 7-1. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think with you guys, especially Tottenham, you guys definitely do show up. With us, the past couple of years, you guys have shown up for the most part, except for when it matters in Baku. But
yeah, that's the one game. That's the one game where I wanted to just sell the whole team.
yeah,
I didn't care at that point.
I think you guys do have a lot more fight in you. And after seeing that, in contrast to the week before, I will say I'm a little more, not worried, but I admit that you guys are in the mix a little bit more than, now watch me say that and you guys lose to Watford, the only winless team in the Premier League still.
You just jinxed it.
Yeah, I
You
might
just fucking jinxed it. I mean, we've beaten Newcastle, we've beaten Burnley, lost to Liverpool, tied Tottenham.
Look, I just want to. I do think you guys deserve some credit, especially from being 2-0 down. Because,
I was waiting to get embarrassed. I was like, please don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I mean, it's only 18 minutes in. We're already down 2-0.
Yeah, and I think what's funnily enough, and ironically, and we're going to use this as a little bit of a segue, because my team was on
the verge of 3 points.
The receiving end of a 2-0 comeback.
On the verge of 3 important points for Frank Lampard.
And look what happened.
Absolutely.
We screwed the pooch.
Yep. 2-2. And I put that on at the last 10 minutes, too, because I was expecting, okay, Chelsea's going to close it out. But I was like, okay, maybe Sheffield's got a goal in them.
That second half.
Calamity goal.
I don't know what else to say other than...
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
And I gotta be honest, that's exactly what it was. I think that Chelsea deserved more.
It was at home, too.
At home. But at the same time, it's one of those weird ones because Tammy could have and should have had a hat trick. Second brace in a row. If it wasn't for that incredible save by the goalkeeper, whose name is escaping me, Dean Henderson.
Dean Henderson.
On the line. And I think about it, and I think... With the trend that's starting to worry me now is that I'm seeing us capitulate in the second half.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. But I mean there is right now a palpable difference in our first half versus our second half.
Do you guys think you're not ready or what's going on?
I don't know.
You guys come out flat-footed every game, a second half or what?
I don't know. It's weird because I think that we're gassed a little bit.
That's weird. You guys should be in the best shape since he had all summer. You think there's any coaching tactics or anything behind that? Or
I think it's Lampard's telling them to press really high in the first 10 to 15 minutes, put them on the back foot.
And they weren't like that under Sarri, correct?
No, not really. Sarri's Chelsea. It started being like a running joke that the 10 to 15 minutes after the break, so minute 45 to 60, were the most dangerous time for us because we, for some reason, always started flat-footed in that second half. This season, so far, I mean, when you think of, I think of Leicester, I think of Liverpool a little bit, I think of United, and I think of Sheffield United. All completely different second half performances versus the first. And a lot of these matches, most of them, pretty much, actually all of them except for United, Chelsea led 1-0 against Leicester.
Yeah, you guys were blowing the lead.
Scored in the 5th minute. Scored in the 30th minute against Liverpool. Immediately in the second half, Mane scores. Against Norwich, led twice. Let them come back twice. And then happened to score a third, thank goodness. And then, this weekend, 2-0 up, Sheffield come back 2-2. So what's happening either in the halftime talk or are these players just forgetting the game plan? Because what's interesting is Lampard's asking these players to do a lot of different movement, a lot of different positioning. And it's, okay, Kovac is going, Barkley, you sit. Barkley is going, Kovac, you sit. Pulisic, okay, you were wide. Aspie's coming, now you play central. Mason Mount, same thing. Cut inside.
Maybe there's just too much instruction and they're just forgetting, like you're saying.
It's not any more instruction. Whatever instruction they're getting right now is nothing compared to what Sarri was doing last season.
So maybe they're just tuning them out?
It's just individual positional mistakes, but I got to be honest, defensively, I think a big part of it is Jorginho. He's been very soft defensively.
He's always been one of those.
He's much more potent in terms of because his defensive stats are better than you would think, but they're more higher up the pitch.
Right.
When he's in the defensive third, he's not making the interceptions off the cross that he should be, at least consistently. And again, it goes back to what we were talking about with Pulisic. He's so scrawny. I mean, these players are bulldozing through him like he's paper mache. and I think that he needs Kante.
Yeah,
right now, that midfield, that's what they need.
Is it safe to say that's your best player on the team?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Without question.
You can walk into any top 6 side in Europe and start.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, well, you'd be stupid any side in Europe to not take him.
Oh, yeah. How much do you think he costs right now? Curious. He's 20... How much? Oh?
27?
He's up there a little bit.
If
you click on the... Yeah.
I'll find him. But... No, I can't find it. Doesn't matter.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Who is the best performer for you this weekend? Who's the worst?
Okay, if I'm picking my best...
Yeah, individual.
I'm actually gonna pick 2. My best and an honorable mention. And I'll start with the best.
That's good.
The best is Tammy Abraham.
All right.
Based on the fact that A, he got man of the match. B, he scored a brace for the second week in a row.
Okay.
84 minutes played, 2 goals from 4 shots inside the box, 4 key passes out of a total of 17 passes.
It's more than Granit Xhaka.
He was not really involved in the build-up at all.
But he finished when he needed to.
Absolutely. And I think that was the biggest thing is he's ready and able to capitalize on any sort of chance that falls his way. And he got unlucky to not get a hat trick. But who I kind of want to give an honorable mention to.
Let me take a guess.
Go ahead.
Mason Mount?
No.
I got one more guess.
Good.
Is it defense or is it midfield?
It's a defender.
Oh, Emerson.
No. Tomori.
Never mind.
His full league debut, 90 minutes played, 1 key pass out of 99 passes in the game. 94 of which were successful.
If you look on that app, he's one of the lower rated players on the field, which just makes no sense. But
it's because he's on the right side of the defense, and that's where both goals came from.
But stats don't matter.
Well, I mean, look, 5 duels won out of 6.
That's
his Premier League debut. 5 out of 6. I think the ball went through him the most time. Like, he touched the ball, made the most passes of any player on the pitch with 99 in that game.
That's pretty good.
20 years old. His
21.
debut. 21 years
Well,
old.
it doesn't matter. It's like,
Yeah, shut up. But my point is that I'm excited for him. And I think if you ask any Chelsea fan,
they're excited.
They're excited, but it also did not at all look like a debut for him.
Like they're wetting themselves?
No, it's more like there's a case there's a case to be had for him.
Someone give Bryon a towel.
there's a case for him to be had for him to be a contender, like a real contender, not just a 4th choice center back, but to start. No, because of his calmness and his ability on the ball.
Especially center backs these days, it's hard to come by.
Yeah. I mean,
if you got one in the system, lucky you.
You know, right now, I feel bad, but Zuma is a little bit under the magnifying glass. And as much as I want him to do well, I'm not too bothered if he continues down this path, and I wouldn't be too bothered to let him go because we'd have Tomori.
And you have Rudiger still, too.
Right. So, yeah, Tomori would be definitely my honorable mention, although he's not my best player. I do want to kind of give him credit.
That's good. Nice shout out.
But on to the worst.
Worst player of the game against Sheffield.
Ross Barkley. 60 minutes played.
How could you say that? He had a better rating than Tomori. Telling you stats again, people. They don't give a shit.
Hooked after 60 minutes. 79% pass completion.
Wow, that's good.
He had the most shots of the game, but let's be honest. I do...
Really? No, it's okay. Doesn't matter.
He was trying too hard. And I think for him, he's not... Look, there was a lot of talk about him last season being uncomfortable under Sarri because what Sarri was doing was asking him to follow this tactical instruction to a T when he's much more of a instinct, natural reaction player.
When you first bought him, were you excited or you just didn't care?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was more like, all right, let's see what happens. I mean, it was 15 million, so for an English player, and we needed a homegrown at the time, so I wasn't like too bothered by it. But I do think that
he'll be playing for Burnley at the end of the season.
No, I think it's just like honestly, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than the fact that he just gives the ball away way too often to progress the play as a number 10. And I mean, it kind of is, I wouldn't say it's parallel with the Xhaka thing, but his passes were not necessarily dangerous. They weren't risky. They were very safe, which I think inflated his pass succession rate because it definitely seemed like he gave the ball away way more times than just 7. And to me, it was the right move to pull him. And I frankly wouldn't be disappointed if we didn't see him feature against Wolves. But that's just me.
Or the Champions League game.
Yeah, I'm not confident in Barkley right now because it's not a preseason game. But I'm not really high on him at the moment. But he would definitely be my worst performer, and I'm not going to count him out yet because I think like he could have a role to play, but he definitely needs to figure himself out
and adapt to Frank Lampard's.
Absolutely, because right now, I mean Mount. I mean, if it's a choice between him and Mount, I know who I'm taking.
Mount
1,000 times out of 1,000. Yeah, I think that's all I want to cover in terms of Chelsea and Sheffield.
Okay.
But we are doing this second episode, kind of moving on here.
Oh boy.
In the international break.
Oh boy.
And we decided when we were talking about putting this podcast together, we decided that we wanted to do it at this time so that we'd have time to discuss everything.
Yep.
Including the United States national team.
Yay. Oh god.
And I have a little
you're
jingle
gonna like
for this. Let me preface this jingle with this.
Oh god.
I'm not a singer, and I'm not a rapper, and I really had to listen to this like 50 times to finally accept that this is what it's gonna be.
If we don't get a Grammy for this, I don't know.
All right, so please enjoy our intro to This Is America.
I need some dudes up here who speak American, goddammit. Fight and win!
And now the USA recap.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
This is America. Don't call it football now. We call it soccer now. Alexi Lawless now. This is America. Don't get promoted now. No relegation now. You pay your way in now. Look, we've got a lot of views on the United States.
Well, first off, let me just say, Brian.
I'm crying.
I mean, I don't know if American Idol's still around or if America. I know America's Got Talent's going. I would have hit the golden buzzer.
I can't, man.
That was great.
I literally, I'm not even kidding. Thank you. That intro took me 2.5 hours.
Simon Cowell would be proud.
That whole thing was 30 seconds. And 2 hours and 45 minutes of it, or whatever I said, was worth me doing that Childish Gambino part.
Brian is singing for promotion relegation, for fuck's sake.
I naturally, for some reason, when I sang it, when I first started doing it, I had a bit of an accent. I was like, "This is America," and I was like, "What the fuck are you
Jamaican
doing?"
Accent, I guess.
What on earth? Okay, take it again. And
this 20, what is it called? 21andMe when they do the DNA.
23andMe.
23andMe. The fucking he's part Jamaican.
The United States takes on Mexico on Friday, September 6th, the day that we were planning on releasing this podcast. I gotta be honest, I'm not looking forward to this match even a little bit.
Oh, you mean you're not looking forward to USA against Mexico? It's the best international rivalry in all of international soccer.
Who said that?
Oh yeah, that's his name, Alexi Lawless.
Yeah, he got a shout out in the song.
Yeah, he did. He's a fucking moron. I can't stand that guy. Let me just tell you this way. Even people that don't watch soccer and they flip on ESPN or Fox, wherever the fuck he's at, and they see him and they hear him talk, they automatically say to me, I do not like this guy. I said, wow, you've been watching for 5 minutes and you already don't like him.
He's just one of those people that, every country has them, every broadcast system has them. He's the Stephen A. Smith of soccer in the sense that, except, not as exuberant, but he will definitely say something
Bullshit.
to get a reaction. Yeah. I think with this team, it'll be interesting. First off, let's start with this. How do you feel about the coach,
Awful.
Greg Berhalter?
Awful. I think he should have never got the fucking job.
I agree.
Coming from the Columbus Crew.
What part of his performance in the Columbus Crew allowed him to get this position is what I want to know.
Let me see. Well, he coached in MLS, I guess. So, they're already all over that. They already love that for some reason. What? Yeah, possibly. He didn't win an MLS Cup. And even if he did, oh my god, we had so many different other options. It makes me mad that we chose this guy.
He had some experience in Sweden with Hammarby IF in 2011 to 2013.
Does it say that his first game for the LA Galaxy got a fucking red card?
No.
He did. I watched it. I saw that shit. I think it was against a CONCACAF Champions League. It was on. This was when I was younger and. It was on Fox Soccer back in the day, and he got a fucking red card. I was like, wow, this guy sucks.
Yeah, for some context as to his coaching experience before this, he was fired from Hammarby in 2013 for what is quoted as a lack of attacking play.
Wow.
He led them to a very prominent 8th place. He then moved on to the Columbus Crew, where he did have a little bit of success there. From 2013 to 2018, they qualified for the playoffs, which is, if you don't know anything about the MLS, it's not that hard.
No, you can have a shit season and win the last.
You have more teams that make it that don't.
You can win the last 5 games. It's kind of like the NBA. If you don't make the playoffs in the NBA, you suck.
It's 2014, 2015, 2017, and 2018.
What a feat.
He reached the playoffs, but he did, to give him a tiny bit of credit, reached the MLS Cup final in 2015, but unfortunately did lose.
Who did he lose to?
The Portland Timbers.
Oh, yeah, that was a classic. Not really.
So far into the United States, he's managed 12 matches, 8 wins, 3 losses, one draw.
Wait, he has 8 wins?
With he played the Gold Cup.
Oh, the
Gold Cup.
And then how many losses does he have?
3.
3, okay.
22 goals for, 7 against. Win percentage of 66%.
Okay, we got to go over the opponents because he.
Yeah, I don't have that in front of me, but see. What yeah, it's a bunch of friendlies and the Gold Cup, which are, for those who don't know, a lot. It's the Euros, but consider our Gold Cup the main stage to be the Euro qualifiers.
What day did he take over for USA, or what day or what month?
He took over
Sorry.
in December.
December 2018?
Correct.
Okay. So he played against Panama. Okay, they won 3-0 against Panama.
Panama's not bad, so okay.
They won 2-0 against Costa Rica.
Okay.
Won 1-0 against Ecuador.
Okay.
Tied Chile 1-1.
Okay.
Lost to Jamaica 1-0.
Okay.
Lost to Venezuela 3-0. This is the Gold Cup now. They beat Guyana 4-0. Beat Trinidad 6-0. Beat Panama 1-0. Beat Caraco 1-0. Beat Jamaica again 3-1. And lost to Mexico when it counts in the final 1-0. And they played them again Friday.
Yeah, we have a real opportunity right now, and I think you'll agree with me on this, to really develop a young team, a young core that we have not had since the 2002 World Cup.
Absolutely.
And it's like it's like
oh no,
it's like having a Ferrari but giving the keys to a drunk guy.
Yeah, it kind of is. Ferrari with the drunk behind the wheel.
And
you can't back it out the garage.
And look, he may get from point A to point B. He may smash a few mailboxes along the way. We pray to God he doesn't get in a car crash and hurt someone.
He's hurting my feelings.
If he gets pulled over and gets arrested, I don't feel sorry for him.
No sympathy.
With someone like Greg Berhalter, it's not exciting. It's not progressive.
It's boring.
Look, and as bad as things were under Bruce Arena, you would think that anything would be more optimistic. He was not.
No, even
his introduction, rumors, there were just none of it was very. None of it was very encouraging.
We were linked to good coaches though before that.
Yeah,
but it all happened because the president, what's his name?
Sunil Gulati.
No, the new one.
Sunil Gulati is the I'm sorry. You're right. Carlos Cordero.
Yeah, that just ruined everything.
I think between him and
Eric Winalda, and also
that election
Hope
changed a lot. Actually, it didn't change anything, which was unfortunate.
And he won by a landslide, I thought too.
I think it went to a revote, and then the Players Association.
That thing was rigged. It had to be.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. They're gonna shut us down.
It's like, is this thing on?
Turn the podcast. Hello. Yeah, with Greg Berhalter, I'm not confident about the next 2, 3, 4 years.
I am not, and we're wasting our talents right now.
I think, who would you have had in the position now if you could?
Bielsa,
okay.
Bielsa from Leeds.
Yeah, okay. But you know what? They didn't want him, and they didn't want Tata Martino because, quote unquote, they didn't speak English.
That's too fucking bad.
I agree. I think that's
get a fucking translator and get him out there if you can't speak Spanish. And guess what?
Pathetic.
That's pathetic. Wait, is that really what they said?
I think so.
Jesus Christ! I don't care if he speaks Mandarin. If I know a coach that speaks another language and he's coaching in Europe or anywhere, a big club, even like Boca Juniors or any of those clubs, I want him coaching me.
I agree.
I want to play for someone like that, not someone from fucking Columbus Crew.
And if you don't want, let's say that you wanted to stick within those parameters, how are you not pulling up Tab Ramos?
The guy has done wonders.
That guy has absolutely done so well to bring in these younger talents. And I think that's the reason, a lot of these younger, good players are going on and challenging themselves. He's bringing them, encouraging them, calling them, finding out, what they're doing. If they have a dual citizenship, they're on the phone with him. And I think, someone like that, he's probably the most progressive coach.
At a certain point, he's got to think, why am I not moving up? He could leave at some point.
I hope not.
I hope not either. But if a job comes in, an actual top first level coach, a coaching gig comes up, or South America or whatever, give him a call. I would take it. I say, okay, bye.
I do wish the best for him. I really would like to see him in the manager's seat, though. Once Greg is out in 2 weeks, or
by the end of this month, he'll be out. Honestly, though,
by the end of this podcast.
Okay, name 3 coaching candidates that you would have had instead of Greg Berhalter, and it can't be Tab Ramos or Tata, because we just named those, or Bielsa.
Okay.
From Leeds.
All right. If I had to pick 3, I would pick.
It's tough.
It is.
It's tough because some of these coaches that we like are actually at other. Is there a certain French?
Okay.
Is there a certain Frenchman
No.
who's available?
No.
On BN Sports?
No, absolutely, absolutely not. If we want to come, look,
I'll talk about Arsene
If
Wenger.
we want to come forth in the hex,
Oh God, damn!
we'll give him a call.
It's not my fault.
I think that we did very good to play the ball, but I think that we didn't score.
Arsene, you lost 6-0.
Thanks, Arsene. I would pick someone like
Jose Mourinho.
maybe.
That'd actually be interesting. I would actually love that.
I would be interested in that.
I would be hell of it interested. Hell of it interested in Greg Berhalter. Can't say his name right.
Possibly someone like right now the current Dutch manager, Koeman.
Yes,
I would not mind him.
I like that.
Laurent
Blanc.
Maybe. Like the problem with these international.
Or I got one
matches-
suggestion. What did
Go
I
ahead,
talk about?
Go ahead.
Eric Ten Hag from Ajax. You pry him away somehow. Somehow,
I'd
somewhere.
rather see him thrive at a club team right
No,
now.
I want my international team. That sucks. I want someone, and he's got. You seen
Yeah,
him?
Blanc would be a good choice, I think.
Or Ten Hag.
The problem with these international teams, these international breaks, is that these players only get to train with each other for a couple weeks at a time.
I mean, goddamn, the Costa Rican coach just quit because he said it was boring.
Yeah, you can't build, you can't build something. So you got to pick someone who's able to get players to play for their strengths. And I think like with someone like, which isn't exactly like a Mourinho type, because he's more of like a defensive shape, more of like a stick to the game plan.
He's a special one.
But he definitely would have these players who are known for being physically fit in Americans work hard. And I guarantee you he would not play Tyler Adams as a goddamn right back.
When you have Tyler Adams as a center mid or defensive mid, whatever, in the midfield in general, center mid, defensive mid, attacking mid, whatever, and because he plays for Red Bull Leipzig, and Greg Berhalter plays him at right back, and when you have the Red Bull Leipzig coach come out and say, I saw Tyler get called up, but he's playing at right back. Why is that? What the fuck does that tell you?
Maybe it's time to rethink that strategy.
Just a little bit.
Honestly, like I don't even want to cheer on for like a player's injury, but I was so glad for Tyler's sake, he was not forced to play right back in the Gold Cup.
He's probably thinking, God damn it, I want to represent my country, but I
have to go play for the national team.
He's probably thinking, man, I really want to see my friends and play in a meaningful game, but my coach is a fucking idiot.
Let's go through this roster.
I'm getting depressed, but yeah, let's keep going.
Let's go through this roster that Berhalter's called up for these two matches, which are again against Mexico and Uruguay.
2 good teams, so better come prepared.
Yeah, this is a big challenge. Okay, let's start with the goalkeepers.
All right. What you want me to say? Like yay or nay, or just shit or good or?
Yeah, say yay or nay. That's
okay.
Fun. From FC Dallas, Jesse Gonzalez.
Nay.
0 caps. From Atlanta United, Brad Guzan.
A big fucking nay.
From New York City FC, Sean Johnson.
Nay.
And from Fortuna Dusseldorf, on loan from Manchester City, Zach Steffen.
Dusseldorf, yay.
All right, let's move on to defenders.
All right, let me hear it.
From Wolfsburg, John Brooks.
Oh, that's tough for me now. You know what? I'm going to go yay.
Okay.
I haven't seen much of him lately.
Okay.
Or heard about him.
FC Dallas, Reggie Cannon.
Reggie Cannon.
I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck that is, so I'm gonna go. You know what? Let's give him a chance. Yay.
Okay.
We'll go yay.
All right. San Jose Earthquakes, Nick Lima.
I seen him. Nay.
Okay. Aaron Long, New York Red Bulls.
The future West Ham man. Yay. Sure.
Okay. I don't care. I love it.
No.
Daniel Lovitz from Montreal Impact.
Absolutely nay. I don't love his play.
Playing at Fulham right now, Tim Ream.
Nay. Seen him. Done that. Get the fuck out.
Atlanta United's Miles Robinson.
Actually, you know what? Yay. Not bad.
Okay.
I mean, I guess give him a chance. I don't know what else to say.
Mr. LAFC himself, Walker Zimmerman.
Nay.
And last but not least, I skipped him on purpose. Mr. Ajax himself, Serginho Dest.
A big yay.
And why the fuck does he not have Serginho on the back of his name? He has Dest on the back of his jersey, on the back of his kit.
Yeah, Serginho Dest.
No, he has Dest, but why does he not have Serginho?
Because his last name's Dest.
Okay, but there's a lot of players with last names.
Oh, well, he's not. Is he Brazilian / American? What is he?
I don't know what he is.
He's not going to put. I don't think he's that much of a.
He has.
I like that picture that's on your computer.
I think he. Oh, you know what? He can still play for the Dutch if he wanted to.
Oh, you know what? As much
you're
as I would
conflicted right now.
As much as I would love that, our United States needs a hell of a lot of help right now. So you know what? Damn.
So yeah, you're not sticking with that then.
No, Serginho Dest is a definite yay.
I
he
agree.
needs to get cap tied because
as soon as possible.
Yeah, because we're in dire need.
I swear to God, I don't even care if it's like, I don't care who
Remember,
it's against. Just get him cap tied.
Remember watching at Pizza Pub one time in Pulisic? We were like, just throw him in, please.
Thank God we did, because I think by now if he knew that what was in store, he would have gone to Croatia, even if he never played.
Can you imagine that?
All right, let's move to the midfield. LA Galaxy, Sebastian Lletget.
No. Nay. Sorry.
Okay. Schalke's Weston McKennie.
Yay.
Mr. Dusseldorf, Alfredo Morales.
Nay, because I've seen him play, and nay again because he's 28 already.
Gee, is he really?
Yeah, he's old.
Jeez.
Well, we're also old, but we're not playing for the U.S. national team.
That's true.
So, yeah.
FC Dallas's Pamikal.
Let's just see.
Okay.
He's young. I actually looked him. This doesn't matter, but I looked him on FIFA. He's a rated 67, so I mean that's FIFA. But he's also FIFA. 20. Yeah, he's also 20. So yay, let's go yay.
All right, Seattle Sounders is Christian Roldan.
I guess yay.
You sound so hesitant.
Yeah, I had to think about that one.
Okay. Let's go with.
Don't do this. I already know who you're gonna say. I don't want to hear it.
Say it for me.
Jesse Zardes?
No, we're still in the midfield.
Oh, we're still in the midfield. Oh no.
Think of his teammate.
Wait, roll.
Mr. Will Trapp, baby.
Nay, I don't care if you play for Greg.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been at their wits' end with Will Trapp.
At the wits and wills. It's a trap.
And finally for the midfield.
You should get that soundbite from Star Wars. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
When Will Trapp fucks it up.
I'll get that one. It's a trap.
It's a trap for Will. He's a fucking idiot.
And then finally for the midfield, San Jose Earthquakes is Jackson Ewell. I have no idea.
That sounds like a Confederate general. Jackson Ewell. No, nay.
Okay, all right.
Because his teammate's Wondolowski. So what does that tell you?
That's true. And we've got 6 forwards that make up the final bit of the roster.
Let me hear him.
Real Salt Lake's Corey Baird.
I looked him up. He looks like he's 12 years old. Sure.
How old is he?
I think he's like 23. I don't know. Probably MLS Super Draft guy.
That's true. Yeah, he did well in the MLS Super Combine.
Yeah, he jumped really high.
The Super MLS Super Combine where he did the super jump and the super run.
and the super throw-in. And he showed super strength. God damn. He's trying out for the Justice League.
Mr. Come to Besiktas, Tyler Boyd.
Yay. He excites me.
All right.
I think I'll just get it over with. I know who it is.
Jordan Morris.
Oh, the guy who couldn't leave to Germany because he didn't want to leave his girlfriend and the dog. Nay.
Okay.
I don't care if he scored a goal against Galaxy over the weekend. I don't give a shit.
Christian Pulisic of Chelsea.
Yeah, I know.
FC.
Yeah.
Europa League champions.
Okay. Yay. Of course it's a yay.
Here's a good one. Which I'm really excited about. Mr. Pennywise himself, Josh Sargent.
If you haven't seen Josh Sargent's goal over the weekend,
go
look at it.
Incredible.
Some people are saying he didn't mean to do that. Yes, he did.
Yes,
he did.
He didn't mean to take that bad touch, but
he made up for it.
He made up for it in such a good fashion.
It was like that.
And in such with such composure, absolutely, I'm so excited. And the fact that he was not on the Gold Cup squad makes me that much more mad at Mr. Greg Berhalter.
Yeah, Josh Hart is a big yay. And if you don't know why we call him Pennywise, go play him in FIFA 19 right now.
He's very pale and he has a very large afro.
He looks like he's 7'5" and looks like Pennywise the Clown with his hair. Like Bryon said.
Score 2. You'll score 2.
I hope he scores 2.
I hope he scores 2. I hope he scores 3.
Hope he starts.
Yeah, but he might not because
we're
unfortunately
gonna go with the next guy. You're gonna say, right?
We have Giassi Zardes.
Oh, that's a big nay. I don't care.
That's a big nay.
I don't care. God, when we gonna realize that Giassi Zardes sucks?
But you know what? I noticed some names on here that we're missing.
Oh, you mean Josie Altidore, Michael Bradley, Omar Gonzalez?
Oh, yeah. Hey, have we turned a new leaf?
No, because you know why?
Oh, wait, why?
You know why they weren't called up, right?
Tell me.
Because...
Tell the people.
Oh, let me tell everybody, in case you don't know this. I saw a tweet from a journalist that said, the only reason that Greg Berhalter did not call up Josie Altidore, Michael Bradley, and Omar Gonzalez, all part of the team that didn't get disqualified, by the way, and Omar Gonzalez, who had that own goal.
Worst own goal
this
I've
is the
ever
worst own
seen.
goal against Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, it looked like a ghost picked up that ball off his foot and just threw it in the net. Anyways, he sucks. That just tells you. Those three would have been called up if they weren't in playoff contention for Toronto FC. So
When are
just
we
think
gonna
about
move
that.
on?
When are we going to move on?
I think we have the resources to move on.
But we don't use it.
When are we going to do it?
Um.
Do you see these? Like, realistically, let me ask you this.
Oh, yeah.
We have 3 years, less than 3 years,
To the World Cup.
until World Cup 2022.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, I can't even assume that we make it because of what happened. But
yeah.
if we do, are they on the plane?
Okay. So as far as who's on the plane, you want to name the players?
I know. I just want you to tell me when that plane takes off. Is Josie Altidore on that plane?
They better have a parachute.
Is Michael Bradley on that plane?
Michael Bradley. Oh my God, he's gonna be how old?
Okay, Josie is 29. Michael Bradley is 32.
Oh
This is
no,
currently.
no.
And Omar Gonzalez is 30.
No. Josie, you're not allowed on the plane. Michael Bradley, you're not allowed on the plane. Omar, you're not allowed on the fucking plane.
But who do you think is going to be on the plane? I bet you Bradley gets it.
Brian, I
bet you Josie gets it.
I will go to the U.S. Embassy. I will switch my fucking nationality. I will switch it to Honduran or something. I can't. Oh my God. Oh no. If Josie gets on that plane and he is our number 9, I legit might.
What if we play a 4-4-2 diamond and he starts up top?
No, he can't play anything. He sucks. I don't care if he had that wonder goal against Spain where he turned Puyol or who the fuck it was.
10 years ago.
10 years ago, everyone's still wetting their pants. He's shit. I went to Toronto in April. He scored a goal. You should have seen. The Canadians love him. He should switch his fucking nationality.
They definitely, like, Bradley and Altidore are very lucky that when they didn't qualify for the World Cup, they went home to Canada.
Yeah, and
because
not
when
us.
they played everywhere in the United States, they got booed like crazy.
You should hear all the shit that Guzan gets when you hear it through the TV. Oh man, it's great. They say, fuck you, Guzan. Hope you can hear me. That's good. I wish I was that guy because I can't. Okay, Guzan should not go on the plane. Altidore not on the plane.
Okay.
Bradley not on the plane.
Okay.
Omar Gonzalez not on the plane. Kyle Beckerman, God forbid, he somehow gets in there, not on the plane.
Can you imagine? Like 45-year-old Kyle Beckerman.
I mean, the best thing about him is his fucking hair, but his hair don't play. Who do you think gets on the plane, but really shouldn't be? Besides those players I just said.
I don't know. It's too far down the road. But if I had to pick one that I think will be on the plane, all right, I'll pick one. Hold on. I think Will Trapp will be on the plane.
And I think Giassi Zardes will be on the plane.
Probably.
God damn! I can't do this. I hope we get the group of death.
Well,
if we even qualify.
Well, look, they've
never
got
gonna
3
change.
years to figure it out and prove us wrong.
We said that.
But
we said that 10 years ago.
But you know what? Oh, we've been going for about an hour and a half now, so I think it's time we wrap it up. Garrett, any let's do a quick score prediction for United States and Mexico.
Where's the game at? Not like it really matters because we get outnumbered anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, let's put the game in Seattle. Yeah, okay. We get outnumbered 60-20.
Seattle turns into Mexico City.
Yeah, like when the fuck does it become Guadalajara?
Okay, and USA plays Mexico in New Jersey at East Rutherford, and the USA plays Uruguay in St. Louis.
Yeah. Both big soccer towns with the new MLS expansion teams.
Hey man,
fuck.
Don't doubt those Cincinnati Ultras, bro.
Do yourself a favor and go on YouTube and look up Cincinnati Ultras. I'm sure something will come up.
Hey,
and
I'm just happy that they're doing their best and they're doing something a little more creative than
fight and win.
Hey, and
that is god awful.
And that is at Seattle.
And
so
that those were the Ultras.
And by the way, when he is screening "Fight and Win," he is wearing a polo shirt and a scarf and a cardigan. So that just tells you how fucking pumped up he was. Score predictions though.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm gonna go. This is gonna get ugly because they pulled up some big guns for Mexico.
Like, I haven't even seen the roster.
You don't
but I
want
imagine.
to.
Okay.
You don't want to. USA 1, Mexico 3.
Okay. And for Uruguay?
USA 0, Uruguay 2. Because Cavani, he's not playing. Even if he was playing, he'd fuck up 4 chances. But I'd say Uruguay 2, USA 0.
All right, I'm gonna go. I will say. Okay, here's actually what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say USA 2.
Oh boy,
Mexico 1.
Oh wow!
And we're gonna get super excited.
And they're gonna get our ass whooped.
And then it's gonna be USA 0, Uruguay 4.
How far apart are the games?
Yay, Greg! Yay! we're gonna compete, and then we just get
demolished.
Fucked. The USA plays Mexico on September 6th. That's Friday, the day we were planning on releasing this. And then they play Uruguay 4 days later on September 10th.
Okay, but I will say that one thing we're doing right, we're playing against those kind of teams. I want to play against all South American teams.
Okay. I mean, I can get on board with that. I don't think a friendly is. I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth the ticket sales to play someone like Cuba, and I don't think it's helpful. So I would agree with that.
Yeah, and plus they challenge us the most. They make us work, man, and they pressure the hell out of us.
Yeah, but if we somehow do pull a win, like I said, I mean, we get way too ahead of ourselves. So
yeah, but then we might discover a way how the system works. Well, you know what? Fuck that. You know it's not gonna work. You know what? I take it back. I'm not optimistic anymore. I'm done. Just end it.
Well, speaking of done, let's go ahead and be done and end it. Remember, you can find us on anywhere you get your podcast: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, Anchor. Thank you so much, Anchor, for hosting our podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at LA Londoners Pod. Follow Garrett at Up the Ass on Twitter.
No. It's at Greg Borholt. No, I'm just kidding. It's at up_Arsenal, and then the other one is at We Are LAFC Live.
And you can find me at Bryon, spelled Bryon James _. Tweet us what you like, what you don't like about the podcast. Don't forget to rate and review us 5 stars on Apple, please, and leave your Twitter handle at the bottom. We'll send you a follow. And that's going to do it for us. We'll be back pretty soon with a report on how the United States did, if we're still alive, if we haven't jumped off a cliff by then. But until then, thanks so much for listening. We'll talk to y'all real soon.